It's been a while. In 2.5 years? 2.5 years.
2019, last one.
Yeah, wow.
Well, last year was canceled, so.
Yeah, we had something happen. We're getting through, we're doing all right. You guys are masked, you're safe, you're all right. I'm too far away, you know, so it doesn't matter. Plus, you have to see my face a little bit, right? You guys see the dimples. How are we doing? Doing good? Thanks for coming out. That's a great little mask you got there, a little monster, the monster party mask. It's adorable. Well, welcome here. Nice to have you back. We're starting off strong here. Hi, I'm being filmed. What YouTube channel is this going on?
Real Life Glitch Gaming.
Real life, what is it?
Real Life Glitch Gaming.
Real life glitch gaming. There
Got
you
it.
go. Check out me being embarrassed on real life glitch gaming. It's going to be an MST3K running commentary how awful this panel is. That's what it's going to be. So. How many for you is this the first convention you've been at since we started this pandemic? Most of you? Yeah. Does it feel kind of weird to be back out here? Does it feel it's like you're around people again? Some people don't like people as much. Some people need the socialization. It's good. We're getting through this. We're doing all right, right? People adjust. If people can live in the Arctic, we can, you know, they can adjust to the cold. Or they live in the Arctic. It's North Pole, right? I confuse that. Is there any people in the Arctic? There's like scientists in the Arctic. A lot of science. Aren't you glad you're capturing this for the Real Life Glitch Gaming channel? This is what people are going to be seeing. Yeah, we can adapt to anything. We're strong. We're strong as a. Yay, go us. So it's been an interesting year and a half since 2.5 years since we last spoke. Pretend that you're all friends that I haven't spoken to in 2.5 years. You don't know who I am, or you forgot. So in the last 2.5 years, what's been happening? Well, we're still doing the podcast. Ian's right here next to me. He turned invisible. No, it's not. I'm still doing the NES Punk videos here and there, not as often. I'm trying to do a couple this year. You still like the NES Punk videos? Should I give them up or still do them?
Do them!
Okay. And obviously, I've done like the most of the Mark Madnesses I've done in several years. I think it was like 5 or 6 this year. There's going to be a couple more. So this one just came out. And we can watch it if you want to. I'm not doing the Play the Punk challenge because of the whole, you know, virus thing. People close up with each other, but we can watch this or not, or we can just BS and, you know, Q&A for, you know, 40 minutes or so. So it's up to you what we want to do. I can also talk about the projects I have going on. So do you want to watch the Mark Madness together, or you want to skip it? It's up to you. By applause, who wants to watch this? Don't just say let's watch it. And by applause, who doesn't want to watch it again? Or okay, let's watch it again. I wasn't going to toss you out. All right, I'm going to take care of those 3 people and just toss them. No, I wasn't going to do that. All right, we'll watch it again. Okay. And I skipped over my nice Magic Spoon commercial. Yeah. No one tried Magic Spoon?
Do you really like it?
Does my sponsorship don't mean anything? You try Magic Spoon? Do you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
It's good?
Yeah.
We have the vanilla.
It's healthy? What milk do you pair with? What do you use? Almond milk, coconut milk? What do you use?
I used almond milk.
And don't you feel great? You feel better? You don't feel like sludge after eating regular cereal anymore?
Yeah.
This is turning into a healthy cereal panel. That's what you need. No, seriously.
Friendlies panel.
Friendlies, okay. I eat Magic Spoon so I can have Friendlies ice cream. I sacrifice so I can have it. That's the deal. I made the devil. Yeah. All right, let's watch Super Market Madness. Let's do it. You have to blur out Frank. Frank is too good looking in the tracker. You all would be able to take it. Your heads would explode. You got to do that. So yeah, that just came out, and then I'll have another one of those in November. I think one in December, and then after that there's about. I finally get the 2016 videos, and then the last ones I shot were in 2017. So that's gonna be probably concluding in 2 years. 2022 probably the last Flea Market Madness. Not to make you all sad, but you're like, no, do them forever. Well, that's why I went to the swap meet. I didn't buy anything. I think I spent like $10. There's just nothing out there anymore. There's nothing out there. Real Glitch Gaming channel agrees with me. Real Glitch Gaming? Is that what you got it?
Real Life Glitch.
Real Life Glitching. I should ask for royalties every time I say it. I should. So, whoa, that was a glitch. What was that? Someone's brain just misfired there. That was the glitch in real life. There you go. Yeah, so that's the Market Madness. And then I've been working on another project that I should probably show you or whatever. But this is I've shown this before, but here you go. This is This is ongoing right here. Whoa! So that'll come out next year. That's right, next year. You like the green glow? You like that?
Yeah.
You got that glow, your body rocks. Anyone? No? No one knows what that's from?
Wait, coming out 2022?
No, what I just saying. No one knows what that's from?
No, but you're releasing this in 2022?
Yes, 2022. Let's not gloss over the song I just sang. Are you serious? No one here seen The Last Dragon?
It's been so long.
Of course. We all just know the "You Are the Last
80s.
Dragon." That's the only song you know from that one.
Oh, when he got that glow, when he starts training? No, you remember that?
No,
He
just
knows-
the last
no.
song.
Okay. All right, well, that's my panel. I'm done. No one's seen that. It's like 1985. It's like, what does it take place in? It takes place in, is it Brooklyn?
It
Or
used to
the
play on
Bronx?
Channel 29 like every Saturday afternoon.
Does it take place in Brooklyn or the Bronx?
I think it was the
forget.
Bronx.
The Bronx. It's a kung fu movie. Man.
Show enough. Nobody here's heard of
Show
it.
enough. Yeah, me and him on the same page. I know it's show enough. No one's here to show enough. Wow. Okay. Well, they have the book coming out. Now I'm depressed. Is that on Netflix, you think, or Hulu, or Prime?
It was on Netflix for a little while.
It wasn't. All right. So yeah, that book's coming out. Any questions about the book or anything that's happened, or?
When are you gonna have the backing out for people to be able to back it?
Kickstarter next year, but I'll probably have pre-order my site beforehand. I did that with the Superintendent book as well. And I will overestimate when it's going to come out because the first book was like 9 months late. It was like a full pregnancy late. The second book was only like 5 months late, 5.5 months late. So I was getting better with the timing. So now I'm not going to do that. It's going to be like, I'm going to put off, I'll deliver it early. I'll just say I want to deliver it earlier or keep it a secret. I want to, so we'll just say we'll say by November next year this is going to come out. Wink! Like, that's the worst case scenario. Would be like a year from now. Like, that'll be the worst case scenario on it. But maybe I'll get too lazy, I won't put it together. No, it's about 96% written for the review section. So that's good. Because that's the hardest part. Then we're going to have the supplemental articles. We're going to have a section about unreleased N64 games. So we have this section in the Superintendent book. Who here has a Superintendent book? Oh, that's the NES book, but thank you. You hold it. Yeah, you held up the wrong one, but thank you so much. But so that is a much better book than the NES one was. I think the N64 book will be better than the Super Nintendo one. I think. We're going to dedicate a full page. It's almost the same amount of writing per game, but since there's less games, it'll be a full page spread for each game instead of like a half page. So you have more chance for more screenshots, larger screenshots, things of that nature. So I'm kind of excited about that. I can play around with the formatting a bit more. There were some complaints about the formatting in the first book, and it's like, well, the book can't be 1,000 pages long. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? You're getting this. There's a lot of words. I'm sorry there's too many words, is what it comes down to. I'm sorry there's lots of words. Tom's disappointed there's too many words. There's too many words, I'm out. I know. We go way back. So yeah, any questions about it?
Would you say it's like it was harder to work on this one than the previous ones because the games were more complicated, or easier because there were less games on the N64?
So the fact that the games are more complicated versus NES and Super Nintendo, it was almost like a net positive of nothing, like zero, like net zero, because there's half the amount of games. There's only 400 games for N64, if you even include the Japanese one. There's about 100 Japanese games. And versus like 800 Super Nintendo games. So it's half the amount, but the games are, yes, a lot more complex and hard to get into versus, like standard 2D games. So it almost is like, it came out in the wash as like, it was neither worse or better, basically, what it came out to.
How many reviewers?
How many reviewers? I think the peak was, well, the ones we're going to keep in the book, about 19 or 20 reviewers.
You still have any?
What?
You
What?
The first two books?
Yeah, at my booth.
They're at your
I
booth?
was gonna plug it in, yeah, my booth's in the back right of the convention hall.
I'll come see it.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Do you intend to keep going past N64, and if so, can you give us any clue what console might be next?
I can just finish these one book at a time. That's like asking Peter Jackson when I was filming Lord of the Rings, "Oh, you gonna do The Hobbit next?" It was real easy. He had to take like 10 years off in between, basically. Like that's how it feels like when I'm doing one of these books. It's like I want to get through it. I thought about a couple options, but like I don't know if I want to do another one after this. We'll see. Because after this, it's like you either go to a console that's not as popular, or if it's a Nintendo console, there's a lot more games. Like GameCube has like 600 games. Game Boy, just black and white, has over 1,000 games. Can't do GBA, there's like 2,000 games, right? Something like that. So it's like, it gets to be an impossibility. There's a reason why this is the only book like this, with this in-depth amount of reviews. It's not just descriptions, it's just people are playing or reviewing it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But it's fun. No, it's not fun. It's a lot of work. But you all like it though. I'm sacrificing for you.
Question, and little tell. You know, over the years with the conventions, like pop vinyls were everywhere. Like 5 years ago, you couldn't go to a stand with a pop vinyl. How do you feel about every stand having 1,000 WATA sealed games here this year?
It's not every stand. There's about eight or nine stands here that have WATA sealed games. 2 years ago, when this was all, WATA was here 2 years ago.
I remember.
They pulled out of this event. I don't know why. They pulled out of this event. How do I feel? I mean, they're going to try and make their money. It is what it is. There's investors and speculators that are in it. We know that. And it's just how long is the ride going to last? Like, how many people are going to buy these games? That's what it comes down to. I don't see people walking around these conventions never did buy sealed games. It just never was a thing. They're too expensive for most of us to afford. I can't afford them. I'm not going to get into it. So at some point, it's like, I always said there's between 100 and 200 people that are actually buying these games. And it's probably around that. From what I hear, it's around that number. So it all comes down to, are they just selling within themselves, this little group? But that's not enough to sustain an economy of this, like 100 people, 100 people, that's not enough. I don't know. But there's a few NWCs out there. There was a gold one tucked away somewhere. Find, it's like, where's the gold NWC? It's in this convention hall. Who's here has seen the gold NWC? You saw it, Lisa? You saw it?
I've seen it, I haven't seen it this time, I saw it last time I was.
Oh, you didn't see it this year?
No.
No one here saw it this year yet? Okay. I found it. I had radar on it. I found it. We're all linked together, all the owners.
Is that where you were darting around earlier?
It's like we're the immortals in Highlander. We all sense each other when you're close. Yeah, go for it.
Did you, when you were reviewing for the 64 book, did you find any like new hidden gems that you had never played? Or?
Oh yeah, I'm only doing 21 reviews, which is like, what is that, 5% of the library, a little more than 5, which is still respectable. I never played Sin and Punishment before. It's one of the few Japanese ones I reviewed, and that's a really good game. Obviously, because Nintendo put out one on the Wii, and they're re-releasing it on the Switch online service. Yeah, that's one of the ones because most of us never played that version. That was really good. I really enjoyed Asteroids. What's the full name? Asteroids Hyper 64, whatever the Asteroids remake on N64 was actually really enjoyable. And I like the Paperboy game. It's goofy. It's not great, but the humor is on point for Paperboy when you play that. It's on point. I forgot to give out some of these. If you ask a question, I'll toss these out. Or I don't want to hit you in the eyeball. Maybe you should pick them up. So I got the digital download codes for the NES book and the Super Nintendo book here. So these are $25 values right here, $30 values. So who asked a question yet? You can come up and pick one up. Yeah, come up at the end of the show and pick one up. Or now, whatever. You ask the question. Want an NES one or Super?
I'll do the NES.
There you go. It's a little beat up, but it's a digital account.
That's perfect.
Yeah, one at a time. We got to social distance a little bit. So, I mean, we're all sitting next to each other, so we're not mess. And by the way, it's optional, so I want real glitch gaming people, your commenters to yell at me. It's optional. They're wiping everything down. So, NES or NES. There you go. I'll have to wipe down all the cards now, that's all. Yeah, that's what's been happening in my life. Just the book's been a lot. But I'm also working on another long-term project that I can't talk about. Oh, since I last saw you all, the Not For Resale documentary came out. I almost forgot about that. That was like right before the pandemic hit. That came out in February of last year. That's like a whole other time. Who here has seen that, Not For Resale? Like 6 of you? That's it, 7, 8? Man. Okay, well, it's available on Prime or Blu-ray. You saw it? Was that a question? Did you see it?
No, I'm sorry.
No, behind you. Did you see it? Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I had a question, Mike.
Oh, okay. What's your question?
You worked with James on the Nintendo World Championships ABGN, so I would like to know, like, what was, like, I heard, like, when he destroyed the 2 games, or at least it looked like it, like, what was your reaction to that? Because you were like, oh, we can't really destroy these games, right?
So, you talking about for the character or for like on set? What were we thinking about?
Yeah, well, yeah, on set.
On set, it was like we mocked up the fake ones. I think James mocked up the gray one from the Top Gun, and I mocked up a gold one, I believe, from obviously Legend of Zelda. And I still have it somewhere. He kept the broken gray one. I don't know if it was auctioned for charity or not, but I have the gold one. We both signed even the broken ones along with the script. I think he auctioned it at one point. So the thought was, I like quintuple checked to make sure that he was destroying the fake ones. We put them 30 feet apart from each other in the case. Still, we're like, okay, double check, is this the fake or real? It was like that paranoid about it to make sure the real ones were not smashed. It was that much paranoia. It'd be funny if he did it for real, right? That's probably then that reaction was real. I would have killed him. I would be in prison right now. I'd be in the Pennsylvania State Prison right now. Yeah, we're from that Pennsylvania, it's not Jersey. That's right. But speaking of that, Combat came out.
For the for what? Combat?
Combat.
Combat?
Like
Combat.
VCS
It's a game.
Combat? Yeah, like
Combat.
yeah,
Combat. You know, it's a game of the tanks.
yeah.
Who here saw Combat? Me and James at Combat. None of you see? I've seen Combat. Do you want to watch? Who here has not seen the Combat video with me and James? By applause. Who is? I'm not showing you. By applause.
Who's not seen it?
Do you want to watch Combat? You've never seen Combat.
That was a fun one, I like that one.
We're gonna watch Combat
Combat?
because like no one saw it. It's like that's the greatest. Not trying to pat myself on the back, but I don't know if that will be ever topped.
Oh, really?
So now I gotta find it. I gotta find what convention I showed it at, if I showed it at a convention. That was Grid's Light. It was fine. I mean, there was no anti-maskers yelling at play again, so that was good. It was pretty good. Yes.
Nintendo 64, mostly known as like a party console. Do you have a favorite multiplayer experience on the Nintendo 64?
I loved Smash Brothers in college. We would after lunch we would play Smash Brothers for like 2 hours. Get back from class at like 12:30, eat lunch, and play Smash for a couple hours. That was fantastic. Is it Public Oaks Expo? Is that the Wi-Fi? No internet, it says. Is someone gonna hack me? I need my NordVPN sponsorship.
It is, when you click on it though, it should bring up a link that says try it for 15 minutes free, or 1 day is like $30.
$30. The airline was like $14 for an hour.
1 day basic internet, I'm sorry, is 20.
Try it for free. We're gonna try it for free. We're gonna watch Combat because I think it's like, God, is it 15 minutes?
It says 15 minutes.
I'll have to time this. We're gonna have to do this like. Okay, we're gonna use strategery while we do
You're
this.
like a guest, they can't give you the code for the Wi-Fi?
Connection error occurred.
Oh, man. This man a hotspot.
What's that?
Someone throw this man a hotspot.
Yeah, throw me a hotspot.
This is
I'm on it.
What do you got here?
I got mobile internet.
You got mobile internet?
This
How do
is
you use that to me?
2018. Too many games all over again, Pat.
What do you got here?
Mobile Wi-Fi. Sometimes when my Verizon at home, I'm screwing up on funny gold. I just turn on my mobile hotspot.
Oh, you can get that to me?
Yeah.
Are you gonna hack me, sir?
Not at all.
So how do I do this? How do I confuse
So is
your
water, what do you?
water pulled out from doing it?
Oh.
Television
here.
Yeah, I don't know if Tommy Tyler goes here. I don't honestly, I'm not gonna make fun of you. Is anyone here looking forward to the Intellivision Amico, in all honesty?
I was like 4 years ago when they showed that wood panel one, and then I'm like,
That was 3 years ago. But
or 3 years, whatever.
All right, we're gonna watch some combat here. I can't believe most of you haven't seen it. My life is a failure. Like, if this was, the reason why this wasn't on James' channel, this is on James' channel, where it was seen by, 5 million people. So, okay. All right, I'm gonna hook back up. Nothing weird on my desktop? Okay. Now, how do I go to theater mode? Full screen. Okay.